Okay, after I was done recording the last session, I foolishly just kind of felt like it, so I decided to scroll down in Steam into the community comments. Now, when you do something like that on a game like this, which is so dense in the unraveling sort of department, you can get very majorly spoiled. I'm going to disclose everything I got spoiled about, just so it's clear that I didn't figure this stuff any other way besides incidentally reading it on the Steam page. One is that the Secret Garden is actually a room that you can draft in the 44 spaces. So there's something that exists called the Secret Garden because we have the Secret Garden key, and the game gives us a description of that. It says, "Good luck finding it." But in my mind, the possibility was still technically open that it could be someplace on the grounds or outside. But some people were showing off their, fully completed homes, and they had secret gardens in them, showing that the Secret Garden was indeed a room that can be drafted. Now, I don't have any idea about how you draft that room, how that room gets unlocked for drafting. I also do not know how the key is involved. I do know that it contains the door, what they call the west lever, that opens the west door to the antechamber, because it says so in some information you can pick up in the basement. That game gave me that for doing the appropriate steps to gain that information. So I knew it existed, it had that lever, but I just got spoiled that it was actually a draftable room and not somewhere on the grounds you would find. Right, so there's no point in searching the grounds for a place to use the garden key anymore because it's not on the grounds. The second thing is that someone they posted potential upgrades to the freezer if the freezer was upgradable. This is a spoiler that apparently the freezer is not upgradable. But I opened the comments to that to see what people thought about this, and someone said, wouldn't the third one reduce the value of the furnace? Indicating that in this context, that the furnace may perhaps, when you walk into it, unfreezes your assets. I didn't know that. I could have discovered that by accident in the natural course of the game, but I accidentally got spoiled on that. There also might be a way to use the furnace to melt a freezer. Maybe that requires you to power the furnace. I don't know. It just seems that powering the furnace was very lackluster when I first did it. All it seemed to do was make a key, which is kind of lame. And then thirdly, there's such a thing as the final exam. This may be, I don't know how exactly you get it, I just got spoiled that there was such a thing. Perhaps it is if you put the classroom as, the schoolhouse as an outside room, you actually, after you make the 8 classrooms, a potential 9th classroom might be the final exam. I had the opportunity to make 9 classrooms once, and I didn't make the 9th one. I thought that the 9th one would actually be just a regular first grade classroom because, the schoolhouse adds 8 classrooms to your draft pool, and then they count it sequentially as you draft them. I thought the additional classroom was just because. I decided to add a classroom to my draft pool just generally using the drafting studio, I think. However, what that does is it allows you that might be a unique way of generating the final exam room, and the 9th classroom that you get from doing that gives you the final exam. I don't know how you get it, I just was spoiled that it exists. And of course people are showing off their trophies, but the names of the trophies don't really spoil anything holistically, and so that wasn't really very much of a spoiler, but I saw that too. So anyway, so that's why I know those things, right? It's because I didn't find them out to the natural course of the game. I accidentally scrolled down to the community post and saw them. Not really the best thing to do if your gaming philosophy is to do everything yourself and have only the game developers control your experience in the game. I sort of failed. I had a lapse of self-control, and that's the consequence. Anyway, last time we got a basement key for the first time by entering the antechamber. And that allowed me to go down to the basement and get some information, like, say, the west lever is in the secret garden. There might be a new secret blueprint that is hidden in the basement that you could dig up with a shovel, and we know where it is. Also, draining the... we're trying to find... But the north lever, which is the one you want to get to open the moon door, which... the great Alzara said it's the door that I should open. That, in order to get to it, seems like you have to go into the basement another way, which could be either maybe the torch chamber can do it. Well, the maps you can pick up in the basement suggested. Let me go back to my screenshots. That you can get in through the cliffside exit, but it's boarded off with boards, and I don't know how to use a tool to get through the boards. It doesn't actually get you, though, to where I want to go. You have to get into the rotating gear via its alternate route, and suggests the catacombs can get you there. But I went into the tomb room, which contains the catacombs, and there was a door that didn't seem to be unlockable from that side. There is something called the torch chamber, which might be related to the fire that burns on the bulls, like in the grounds. Those can be started by turning switches in different places, in different exterior rooms. So I think the root cellar has a switch, maybe the schoolhouse has a switch, or valve, and that will get those burning. There's also appears to be a valve if you look into like the orchard, the apple grove. However, I don't have the code to get in there yet. And of course, there's a fourth one. I don't know where the fourth one is. But it also looks like perhaps you could get in there by going down the fountain. And you can drain the fountain in the pump room. Now, interestingly, the pump room is powered. You can drain something by powering it. I don't know what that is exactly. You can also almost entirely drain the reservoir in the pump room as well. However, you cannot completely drain it. However, almost all draining it might help, discover something useful, even if it doesn't let you go all the way around and back to the other side of the rotating gear. Now, I don't know if the position of the rotating gear is static from run to run. It might reset. If it resets, that could make this whole gameplay very irritating, as you'd have to go in through... We'll see. Depends on if we can push the minecart all the way or something. Might make it so you have to, in your run, you have to go in through the foundation elevator down into the basement, and then turn the gear one way, go back up the foundation elevator, go around and down go outside the house, go down the fountain, and then go back to the rotating gear. Then once you get the rotating gear use the rotating gear to get to the place where you can pull the north lever, you then have to come back up, perhaps through the foundation elevator, and then go back to the antechamber, all without running out of steps. So hopefully it's not that messy. Hopefully it's not that crazy. We'll slowly uncover how exactly you do this. I'm going to go place my outside room. Also, for last session, I learned for the first time by accident that the east lever is in the Great Hall. Okay, we're going to put a shelter because that's generally the most useful of these three. This allows me to put a furnace and not give me consequences, as long as it's one of the first three rooms that I put. Get one singular gem out of it. You can also, I think, overfill the fountain. Like, the fountain I don't think runs natively. You can, fill it up over top. And that might do something like flood the grounds, and that might reveal some secret. So that's something we could try as well. Okay, crafting mechanical room could help later in if I like draft that room that gives me a door for every mechanical room. Okay, not missing anything yet. We're gonna anticipate putting the electrical box. Now, I still don't know what the keycard button does in the basement. That might be important later, I don't know. It might, because maybe you could use it to summon the elevator down without going around or something. Okay, so putting a dark room is indeed useful when you have shelter because you can go into it when it's lit, and then there'd be an item, typically. Although it's only one item, but if the item is like the lever handle or the key card, the card key, then it's really useful. That's just a lockpick kit, which is kind of disappointing. Should I test out the furnace? Not yet. We're not ready. Although maybe I am, because I have my, there's my key card. Okay. So I shouldn't turn off the key card system. Maybe I should have put a furnace, because I have like my white protects available. Right, sheltered from this. Get some coins. Now I do not have a gym yet. Now if I can power this, it makes a key and it might do something else. To power it, I need to make a Steam thing connected to security, because we can do it through security, but I don't have any gyms, and it costs gyms, so I should just not draft from security until I get said gyms. Or anything that blocks that door, so not draft the front of the main from the entrance hall either. And it may not give me it in the RNG, but we'll hope it does. Okay, the den has a gym. Okay, we're using a lot of steps to do this, but now we want to use this gym and draft from security. It's more likely to get the Steam thing from security than it is to get it from the entrance hall where there is no power needed. Ah, phooey. Well, fiddlesticks. Well, let's put the parlor. Fine. I don't get to power my furnace. And see if that does anything special. Like if I also have a freezer. Okay, so one of the double, right? Okay. All boxes displaying the word empty are empty. All statements displaying the words true are true. Okay. Okay, there's no... All boxes displaying the word gyms contain gyms. All statements displaying the word word contain words. All statements displaying the word boxes are false. All statements displaying the word statements are true. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so some of them don't have statements, some of them have boxes. Okay, so let's say, oh dear, which one is the one we know is an anchor? We know it's true. It's this one, right? All statements displaying the word true. No. All statements displaying the word contain words. That's a true statement, right? Okay, so we know that white has at least one true statement. All the boxes containing the word gyms contain gyms. Now, is there anything else out there about boxes containing gyms? Yes. All boxes displaying the word empty are empty. So there's two statements about emptiness or having gyms. So one that if it's true, they're in the white. And then there's one that if it's true, they're not in the blue. So it could be anything. You can't just naively guess white and be right, right? Okay. Can't really do anything with the white box yet. So let's say this statement were true, that all statements displaying the word true are true. That would mean this has one true statement. And that would mean this is a true statement. Now, if all the statements displaying the word statements are true, then this is also true, so both of these are true. This would be true, but that's already true. And this would be true. So they would confirm each other, right? Okay, there'd be no contradiction. But it would make this the double true, which indicates there has to be a double false somewhere. And this couldn't be the double false because that one would be true. So it would require that both the statements on the white box would be false. But that's not true. Right? If it were the case that all statements displaying the word true are true, then eventually you get that all of them have a true statement on them, because this statement itself would be true by assumption, and then that one statement would be true, and because this is affirming that statements are all true, it would make that this one is also true, right? And that one is true, and that one is true, right? So that can't be true, right? So it must be the case that this is false. All statements displaying the word true are true is a false statement. It also means that all statements displaying the word statements are true is a false statement, which means that in order for one of these boxes to have only true statements, the two statements on the white box must be true. So the gym should be in the white box. Correct. Okay, could put the utility closet. Not needed that much because I have a card key. So I'll put a corridor just not to block the den off too much. Yeah. And then let's go down to the den. Down to the entrance hall. Okay, billiard puzzle. Do I square and then round or round and square? I forgot. Well, this will tell me, right? So if I square and round, I get 10. If I round and square, I get 0. So I'm going to do square and round. See if that's correct. Okay, it's square then round. So it's inside to outside. So we're going to do switch the digits, then square. So that's 4. Okay, so we're going to do 12. We're going to switch the digits to 21. Then we're going to round that to 20. Then we're going to add 5, switch the digits to 52, and round that to 50. Then we're going to divide by 10. They're going to, divide by 10, and we're going to get 5. Good. Now we'll just get basically an ordinary key. Silver key's not that special. Yes. Just in case they have a shovel, I can buy it. How much for a shovel? 1 more coin than I have. Oh, metal detectors are there, okay. Hopefully I have a chance to draft a, what's it called? Courtyard, which... Okay, chapel turns the right direction. It's kind of a shame to get shielded from a chapel, though. But whatever. Oh. There are the coins right there. So let's buy the shovel. All these turn the wrong way. But at least the dining room has a room that goes in the right, points the right way. However, this is a low rank to put a dining room, and that could get me in big trouble later. Can't really afford to do a terrace yet, although terrace is kind of rare. If you don't put it, you can get in trouble because it's not an option later. Don't have a sleep mask, which... Boo. Man, why do I get these bad rolls? Don't worry, I'll put the star room eventually, just not right now. How much for sleeping mask? 8? I already have 9. Yep. And that will cause new cool items to spawn in places like the walk-in closet as well, because I already have stuff like the sleeping mask, so it won't give me that, it'll give me better stuff. Okay, put the boiler. Let's turn it on while we're at it. Well, let's dig first. It. Yeah, unfortunately, our furnace can't adjoin because we already made a furnace, so we can't power a furnace. We can power a pump room if I... Okay, we'll put a terrace. I guess it's not giving me powerable stuff. If we had a pool, but I didn't draft a pool yet. All I get is a gym. Okay. Now, green rooms, and that oddly includes the aquarium, are free. I don't really want to use the steps to get all the way back to that corridor. There's too many steps. So I'm going to draft from here. Unfortunately, that won't not allow me to power a pump room. I mean, I could put the passageway. That's probably the best thing to do, because you can power through the passageway. Okay. That's what I want. Okay. Now I can get back to the, yeah, security and stuff. Back to the furnace and so on. Won't let me make a pool, will it? Come on, let's make a pool. These options all suck. Okay, well, put the storeroom. Okay, pool. Do I have to lockpick this? No, I can't pick that? Okay. The garage is nice, it has keys and all, but I want to be able to have access to more rooms, so I'm going to put this mess, this punishment room. Why are all these rooms locked? So low rank, way too low rank to have all this locking going on. Here's my sledge. Got keys, that's good. So I made it for the garage's keys. Somewhat. Okay, the bar door is good because I have a sleeping mask, but I want to make this and force it to give me a green room in hopes the green room is free. Well, it's going to be free. So I get free rooms, and I get potential for a... Shucks. The aquarium could help me in the dining room with getting more steps. Because it might be a fish, right? I don't know, because I haven't drafted the kitchen. This could have items in it. This sucks. So which one do I pick? This will give me steps because the sleeping mask will work in it, because it's also a bedroom. I'll make it then. No. Shuckies. Okay, dinner's ready. If you unlock the door with this, You can replicate the color. Okay, and the normal key. Okay, so dinner's ready, and I have 18 steps to get there. I should use those, but I want to see if there's a pool gets made here. Pick it. Oh. Okay, you want to make a courtyard in this instance. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now we're getting all the goodies. Okay. Do I want to copy green here? And hope for a cloister or something? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, well, we'll see if it's locked. No, it's not locked. Okay, well, it's not locked. I can't do that. So I'll put this. That leads into that door of the antechamber. Okay, apples. Sail. Key. Oh, I'm gonna put the Bodol here. Yeah. Okay, let's go eat the dinner. Oh yeah, I forgot that I have to go through a gym on the way to dinner. Okay, you can only use a sleeping mask once. That's why it only gave me 2 extra steps. Oh, well, I do have the boiler room. Okay. Now, we don't have the pool, so oh well. Oh, I can't pick it? Great. Then maybe what I should do is I should enforce it's a hallway. Because that could get me the... Oh. No, it's more important the Great Hall gets drafted than I have to make sure it gets drafted. Like, I can't just... Yes, like, a Fourier would make it even better. But I gotta make sure it gets drafted, period. Okay, let's go into the closed zone. We're gonna have to use a key to do that, though. Pick it. I don't know if I want to use the gyms on a vestibule when I don't have to. No. The metal detector is going off. Which may not matter because it's probably... Huh. Oh. Okay, there's goodies in this one. Let's try to pick it. Nope. Okay. No lever, though. But we know the lever isn't on this side. Because it's not... That's the goodie place. Okay, so... That's kinda close. That's closer. I can't really tell. I'm gonna go try for this one, though. Try to pick it. Nope. Okay. Okay, so you open the door I don't have access to. Got another key. Key. And turnip. Okay, so they're pretty good on keys. I wasted a door in the hall. I'm just trying to use up this, you know, stuff. What's, oh, coin. Want to get into the Great Hall from the opposite side. Oh, there's the pool. Okay, but it doesn't get me into the Great Hall from the other opposite side. So, and I already can't pump the pump room. So I'm just going to put a hallway and get the extra item. Not running shoes, that's useful. Lucky thing, that's useful. And reroll, that's also useful. Okay. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the Great Hall from that way. But we do want to make sure we get into the foundation, so we might want to use the silver key. So this doesn't tell us anything about which of these goes through. Now, let's use a regular key, but let's use the middle one. Oh, we can pick the middle one, okay. Okay, we can pick it, and it's the wrong answer. So now we know this is the right answer. So, let's silver key it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cloister. Or conference room. No, we don't have to waste the cloister here. We only need conference room. Cool. Oh. Where's the gym coin? Coin. There's no... Oh, there we go. Okay, the vault key. Code on it is not special. It changes from run to run. Maybe it can be special and also changes from run to run. Aw, dang. Yeah, we'll put the laundry room. And then we're kind of good on coins, on keys. So I'm going to actually make a bunch of gyms. Just don't get shafted like, the room I need requires gyms, I don't have gyms issue. Okay. The money itself is useless, right? Just like real money. I guess you could wipe your butt with it, but you know what I mean. It was giving me so many keys earlier, I guess it has to make up for it with bad RNG here. Aw. Okay, I have 3 bedrooms, so it gives me 8 keys. Or I can put a drawing room, and it gives me another door with redraws. Leaves the hallway there still in my draw pool, which is more common. So it gives a, like, I take the uncommon multi-door over the more common multi-door, because the more common multi-door is more likely to come through for me later. Can't pick all of them, can I? Okay, I want to do the drafting studio because it actually goes through. Yes. Okay, so it would have been the middle one you would have chosen on that side. Now I know, I still didn't. Okay. So I get to add the dormitory. Each time you enter a dormitory after drafting a drafting room, you gain 10 steps, but only in that instance. Okay. So it's like a guest bedroom, but only after coming from a drafting room, meaning that otherwise it's just kind of like, it only does something for you if you're wearing a sleeping mask. Or it does add to how many keys you get. Like if it's like you get a step for every bedroom or whatever, or get a key for, I don't know if there's anything like that. If you get a key for every bedroom in the servants' quarters, you get extra key for it, but not that doesn't really sound that attractive. The solarium, you're more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms while drafting. That's good because some of them you really need and are rare, like the greenhouse. The casino, lame. So I'm going to add an extra dead end to my draft pool. Oh, it counts the gym? Okay. The dead end that costs a gym to my draft pool, which could have some consequences. It could be a bad idea. Okay. Let's put the lab. I see you. Check for miscellaneous items, because I do have a lucky rabbit's foot thing. No? Okay. So, it has to go through, but I don't have it. Oh, I do have a reroll. Okay. I have a reroll. It's not over yet. Everything wants me to turn left, but I have a reroll. Okay. Don't put the ballroom, because that'll make me lose gems. Of course, right? Put the gallery. I don't know what this does. Still, I don't know how to get to room 8. Now, let's get the basement key. Basement key. Now, we gotta go all the way outside to the fountain, right? Oh dear, this is brutal. Hopefully I have enough steps to make it. On my way, I am going to pit stop here, though. Hopefully I don't waste steps doing this. I just want to see if things are static or not. Okay. I'm going to turn this on in case it needs to be on. Okay. I'm going to go in here. No, that is statically unlocked. Okay, good. We're going to go in. No, I don't need to go in here. So let's see, what condition does that... Oh, that's static as well. That's good. Okay. Okay. It goes through the crack. I'm gonna see if I can dig the ground right in here. And the map said that there was a buried floor plan somewhere around here. And I have the shovel. Well, I have like I have more items than it can be held in the capacity. Do I need a jackhammer to dig? Okay, it made it sound like it was kind of over here. Huh. The map said there was a buried floor plan around here. I guess. Yeah, do I need the jackhammer? I might need the jackhammer. Can't sledgehammer this. Okay. Now hopefully we have enough steps to make it all the way to the fountain. Hope for good, running shoe RNG. Draft in the remaining slot just so that in case I can draft a vault or something, and then use the vault key. Oh, I can't pick it. Nope, no vault. Okay, should I put the breaker box in case? I should. I don't know what this does, but just in case the vac indicators do something, I should make sure they're activated. Don't want to get all the way down to the basement and then this needed to be done and it's not done or something weird like that. Okay. So we go to the Great Hall, then down, straight down to the parlor, and then we kind of go around a little bit. Okay. Conference room, go to Great Hall. Okay, yeah, then we drill for the parlor. Okay, good. Running shoes are working. Yep, through security. Running shoes worked again. Good, running shoes are working. Okay, go in there. Special keys, basement key. Okay, just like the map says, there's a staircase. And then it goes down into something. Okay. So now, just as the map promised, we are on the other side of the reservoir. So yeah, in the pump room, if you can make a pump room, you can almost drain the reservoir, I think. Unless if you power it, you can drain it all the way. There's stairs that go down inside. So there is something hidden at the bottom, or near the bottom, that you might be able to access. So this is the evacuation tunnel. Okay. Running shoes working. On the left here should be the torch chamber. Okay, so there's some candles here. So this is what I mean by the buried floor plan. That's where the tin is. Right there on that corner. And that's a buried floor plan. But I couldn't get anything there. It's interesting. So it looks like it's on the kind of the corner of the angle. Okay. Oh, upgrade disc. Cool. I'll use that in the shelter when I get out. Can you interact with this at all? Is there an item that's a lighter? Well, cool. I might have to come back here later. So, this is supposed to be the backside of the tomb, which I presume is closed here because I have not drafted a tomb. Supposed to be the minecart. Oh, I can move the minecart now. But that's useful. I'll do that later when I leave, so that I can access this place from the foundation. Before that, I want to solve this, so... let's go over here. And let's raise it up. Now we can go someplace. We can go here. We can also turn it so we can go there. So let's try to figure out... So this one I can turn to go there, but that appears to be a dead end, right? So let's go back here. Oh no, this just elevates it up and down. Oh, so it might get dead-ended by this then. Yeah, there's nothing here. Oh, okay, I see. I should have moved the minecart. Okay. I know what to do then. Oh, crud. Yeah, I see how this works. Okay. That's brutal. Okay, so I have to go back in there, and then that takes me to the north lever. The problem is, now I'm stuck here with no way out. And I have to utilize that this is static to straight up call it a day. Which means the upgrade disc I have, I can't use. Oh man. Well, we have to call it a day. Because we have to have it in that state. And to get out of that, yep. Ooh, that sucks. Okay. Now we just need to get back down in there. Do the exact same thing again, and then we can finally access the, oh man. We'll do this little by little. That's first run of the day. I have to get the basement key again, which means I need to get to the antechamber again to progress. So many runs. Well, that's just the key that's there. This isn't anything special, right? No coins it in this time? Okay. Okay. Okay, one of the three has to be all trues, right? So let's go through hypothetically which all true doesn't create a problem. So let's say the blues are all true. Okay, then the whites have to have, white would be 1 true and 2 false. Okay, the black box would contain the gems, and the blue box would be empty. Okay, now that would make this false. That would make this true. And this would make a weird paradox because it would be all messed up. And then that would be, let's see here. That would be a false. That would be true because there was a true on the black. And that would be false. So you wouldn't have a triple false. So that would not work. So let's say all the black statements were true. Well, then the first one would be false. It's paradoxical. Okay, let's say all the white statements would be true. Only one of the blue box statements would be true. The black box would be empty. And the gems in a box was a true statement. Okay? So one of the statements, only one of blue statements is true. We know that the black box contains the gems would be false. Only one of the white box statements is true would be false. The blue box being empty would have to be true. Okay. So gems would be in the white box then. If only one of the box statements is true, the blue box contains the gems would be false, the white box empty would be false. Okay, so the white box must be the right answer. Oof. I think that's a good way to like navigate through like those big triples like that where it's 3 statements per box. Is just hypothetically, instead of thinking about what if they were in, the gems were here and what if the gems were there, it's what if the ones with all 3 being true is this box. What if the one where it's all true is this box, and so on. This is flowers, right? This is diamond. This is gems. Early for a dining room. I'll put the bedroom. Might have an item in it. No, it has this. Well, it's early for keys, so I'll use the key. Oh, now it does not give me an option for a garage. Thanks. I'll put a hallway. Not yet. So I want to draft from the passageway instead of from the hallway, because it's more likely to give me something that needs power. Or something. It's more likely to draft a steam thing. The dark room is an example of that. I did not put an outside room, did I? Did I forget to put an outside room? Wow. Okay, why did I forget that? That could have... What? Okay, we can put the dining room. Doesn't need power. It's not a steam thing, though. Oh, there's the boiler. Yep, I want it to be common. No shovel, right? Correct. Power on the boiler. I have to flip the switch every time. Hit activate. Yeah, straightforward is fine for now. Okay. Yep. Oh, lever handle. Okay, good. I do not have a key card, that's a problem. See if it drafts the furnace. Yeah, okay. So we can now power this furnace. Key, so I'll grab it now. Now, unfortunately, the furnace is going to make the weight room basically on my draft pool a bunch, so I don't know how to avoid that problem, but... Oh, no, I don't want to use it there. Okay, here's something that needs power, or can take power. Oh, it's the lab. Yeah, I don't want the lab to be common. I don't like the lab. And it cuts off. And it cuts off that entire part of my house. Great. I mean... I can turn all the radiation down if I want to, but I don't know what... doing that will do. Or back up. Aquarium, good. Yeah, make that keycard door irrelevant. Kind of a waste of the secret passage, you know, going right into the foundation. That's lame. Let's do the redraw. Oh, shucks. Let's see here. I can use a keyhole and cut off everything. It's not the worst ever, so I can put this... Oh, it's a chapel. Okay, phew. Good. Should have guessed it was a red room because I have a furnace. No. This is so messy. Let's try to solve this again. So when they all go dark, I am in trouble, right? Okay, so this... Oh, it only does T square. Okay, so if I do this one, it's going to darken all three of these. It's a problem. Let's try this one. Oh, it's only works if it's lit up. Okay. Okay. Getting close. So we're going to do alternating, so... Okay, that turns them all off, right? Let's do that. Okay, now we're back to that state. Okay, when you have all but one corner. Last time I did that. Okay, there's some symmetry going on here. Okay, good. Now, I could go all around could get me in trouble, right? Because this does on, off, on, off. Yeah, I can't finish. I don't want to finish that. Okay. Okay, so that might be just middle, right? Yep, just middle. I had to hit middle because it's just middle. Now I'm at this state. So they can't go all four. So if I go like this, then I end up in trouble, right? So I have to go the middle one. Nope, I can't go all four. Okay. That makes it so tricky. Tricky in particular. Uh, uh, I failed it. But because I was clicking. I'll eventually get this stupid thing. Yeah, I sacrificed my steps for those coins. And I lost one because they didn't go the right direction. I didn't think it through. And I'm not doing well right now. Wait, do I have no keys? Did I use up a key when I shouldn't have used up a key? Did I just kill this run? Yes, I just killed the run. Oh, I stupid mistaked out the end there. I was doing well, and I just like... Ugh. It's like, I don't care anymore. It's hard to keep the focus going. There we go, shelter. Well, neither of these are tombs. Ideally, I'd put a tomb. That way, when I get in there, I get access down in there from the tomb. Okay. 15 minus 10 is 5 times 3 is 15. Why is it normal now? Why is it just like, did it just run out? Okay, 20 minus 15 is 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 15 is 1. No, they're just normal. Okay. 20 minus 6 is 14 times 2 is 28 divided by 7 is 4. Well, that was... Oh, and I got the key card right away. Sweet, cool. That was oddly not particularly eventful. No rounding or squaring or digit switching or anything. These are 2s. Statement matching this statement is true. Okay, so those kind of come with each other, right? Okay. And the statement matching this statement is on a box containing gems. That could be true. It could be false, right? It could be double false, we don't know. Statement matching this statement is on a completely true box. Okay. Let's say that these are true. Well, it could be either way. It doesn't really say anything. Okay. Let's say, for example, that the statements on the blue box are both true. Then that's white. This one is true. And statement matching statement is on a completely true box. Okay, it would be true. So then these would both be true. That's a problem. We can't have two double trues. Yes, we can. We can't have to have a false, right? So that makes a true statement on there. That has to be a double false. It eliminates the double false. So the blue cannot be the double true. Okay. Let's say the white's the double true. Then that would make this statement true. And a statement matching the statement is on a box containing gems. So that would mean the gems would be in the black. Black would have a false. And a statement matching the statement is on a completely true box. That could be true. So double true, double true. It doesn't quite work. Yeah, let's say the black is a double true. Okay, so that means gems would be in white. And then blue would also have to be a double true. It would force white to be the double false, which would create a paradox. Okay, so it's probably white's the double true then. Which would mean black has the gems. Okay, that was hard. Okay. To pause to answer the phone. You know, I think about it. Yeah, it's unclear if I made a mistake or not, but if I would have moved the minecart, then I would have had to go back in, go all the way back to. I had running shoes, so that would have helped. I had to go all the way back to the foundation, go back through the foundation, go all the way back into the house, all the way to the foundation, which. This would be so much easier if my foundation was just much closer to my entrance hall. And the foundation can go multiple different places within your house. Because my foundation is so deep, it's just it just creates this special extra problem that only I have to experience. I have to go, it takes a long time to snake all the way back into the foundation. Go down to the foundation and then do the gear thing. So the moral of the story is, do not put your foundation super deep into your house. If you were going to start from like the beginning, from day one, I'm already like 100 days in, but then that would help a lot. Now once I get into my antechamber, I'm going to have to get my basement key. I have to go all the way out to the fountain, go through the fountain to get to where I pulled the lever for the north door, and then on my way out, try to move the minecart so I don't have to go through the fountain ever again. Yeah. And then mess with the water levels. And then refill the fountain back up. From low rank dining room, that could get me in trouble later. Oh, why do they have to turn the wrong way? Chapel. Gotta get sheltered from a chapel of all things. Yeah, and I'd rather have it be on a furnace. Oh, why? I feel like taking the temptation, though. Get those goodies. Okay. Rerolls. Gem. So yeah, now my dining room is really all like tucked up in a way in an annoying spot. Great. Well, still might be useful if I have to go back to the fountain. It's not not a terrible location now in that sense. No other items, right? Ew. Not worth the reroll yet. Okay, this has to go north. Have to put the security because... Do I have the keycard? Yes, I do. Okay, so better up the security level. Oh, there's coins. Okay. Hi. Okay, so there's 2 coins somewhere I did not pick up. Not right here in this room. Maybe in the billiard room. Don't know if they're worth the steps though. Okay. Not a good place for the bedroom. I'll just go through. I guess I'm sort of implicitly checking for coins here. Wasting steps in the process. It's just going right back to security. Okay, I just made a frivolous loop and therefore just wasted a bunch of steps. Okay. Right, I have to put the lab because nothing else goes in any direction of anything. Okay, I do not see any items. I mean, I have the rabbit thing, but I still don't see any items. Let's see, do I have a shelter? I think I do. So let's put that weight room. I know most of the doors get locked, but at least now I get sheltered from it. So now it can't get me later. Yes. Okay, items. Yeah, the weight room was always like just messes you up. Oh, there's the gym. Okay. It's like, there's got to be an item in here. There's always an item in the dark room. Why did they all have to point the wrong way? Or be a dead end? Now let's re-roll this one. Eh, we could put the furnace. It's the third. I already got sheltered from everything, though, so it's going to make bedrooms more likely in general. Terrace is also good. We'll put the terrace. Let's not, like, power a furnace this time. I'm over that. Although it'd be nice to see what happens if you can melt a freezer. Okay, so I already used up my 3 shelters. I mean, archives has more doors, but I don't want to put in archives because it's really punishing. Okay, they can power up the machine in the lab. I don't know what the machine in the lab does. If we go back through here, then we can do the lab machine, I guess. I did not actually draft the furnace, and it's still giving me all these red rooms. No, I don't want your stinking red rooms. At least not yet. It's okay to put like in archives if you're like really late in the game. You don't have much stuff to draft anymore. Don't have any money, so I can't actually buy. You cannot actually buy anything. Seriously? Phew. Okay, I can actually get money. Ugh. Is tomato soup for sale today? No, it's not, unfortunately. Bacon and eggs. That makes me want to make eggs. So I'm hungry for eggs. I don't really keep eggs though in my refrigerator because I don't want them very often. So like when I do, yeah. So it's like when I do want eggs, it's kind of unfortunate. Is this locked? Yeah, let's see if we can find one that's not locked first. Regular bedroom first. Gym. Yep, because the rabbit's foot thing. I haven't negated it with a stinking mage chamber yet. For some reason the game really wants me to. Oh, I'll use a key on this one. I can put a hallway. No? You're doing this to me, game? Okay, I only have one key left. This might give me a key. Okay, that's a skull. We don't want that. Discount. 4 doors. Okay. So that makes things in the kitchen cheaper, which is good. Also buy a shovel and dig for keys. But the commissary is so far away. Oh. The run just ended. Just 'cause. Yeah, that's it. I closed off, so. Yeah, great. Shovel and lockpick kit. Okay, these are all triples. So let's say all the ones in the blue box are true. That means the top one would be true, yes. The gems are in a box with a 6-word statement. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would include this. Let's see here. Okay, so that's the blue and the black. Okay. This statement contains 6 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this can't be the triple true by definition. Okay, so let's go. Let's say that the white is triple true. Okay. Gems are in a box with a statement containing the word 6. There's a box that contains a mix of true and false statements. Okay, that's interesting. And this statement contains 5 words, which is true. Okay, so let's say that were the case. Then that would mean the gems would be in the blue box. Okay. So 4, 5, 6. So this would be true. That would be false, and that would be false. And this would have to then be all false. That would be, but one false statement is not, there'd be 2 false statements. That's correct. Okay, gems are in a box with a 5-word statement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be true, that's a problem. This box has no true statements. That would also then be true, and that's a problem. So white can't be the all true either. So let's try black being all true. The blue box contains exactly 1 false statement. The gems are in a box with a 5-word statement. And this box has no true statements. Well, it can't be all true by definition, right? Because this box has no true statements. This one can't be all true because this statement contains 6 words is false. So these have to all be true. I don't get the problem. I don't get how this could, whatever. We're just gonna put it in here. Yeah, something's messed up with this. Okay. I got shafted by that one. There might have been a mistake in the way that one was made. I don't think that one works. Now I'm gonna put the patio. Right, because I have a shovel, I could theoretically get cool stuff. In this case, I did not get cool stuff. Stuff. Okay, what are we gonna power with this? The dark room. Okay. I don't have a shelter right now, but tool shit. So this is gonna, the dark room is going to indeed be dark. So if there's an item in here, we're going to lose said item. Unless I can kind of detect, unless it becomes, is it really available? You just can't see it unless you undark the dark room. Okay. Before we do this, we can give ourselves hints. Oh no, I already started grafting. Oh, shucks. Okay, you can actually give yourselves hints by sending power in here, like what things take power. This is probably a the passageway. Oh, it's a secret passage, okay. We want the secret passage to be a hallway. Ah, the foyer takes gems. Okay, well, that's too much to go at the moment. Okay, so the boiler room is not powering anything then. Sweet. Okay, I do not see any items. Yeah, no items. They could already go all the way around with the workshop, but I'd rather get gems. So I had no gems and I want them. Ew. I don't like that at all. I want the closet. Thought this could give me steps because it had fruit, but instead it gave me gems. Oh well, gems are something. Why'd you do this to me? If this is the secret garden key, I will be disappointed. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Divided by 1 is still 6. Multiplied by 3 is 18. No. Subtract 3 is... Wait. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oops. 6 squared is 36. Divided by 6 is 6. Times 3 is 18. No. 6. Minus 3 is 3. Times 2 is 6. Okay. 3 times 5 is 15. Wait, that's not times, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Is that times? Yeah. 3 times 5 is 15. Minus 18 is minus 3. Squared is 9. (12) plus 5. Well, okay, because it's different how many layers, right? So we take 12 and we do its own thing, right? So we switch it digits and get 21, round that to 20. Then we have 5 and get 25, switch it digits and get 52 and round that to 50. Then we divide by 10 and we get 5. You do it both individually because they're on individual layers of the dartboard. Okay, got it. Do I need to put a cord? No, because it's going to go directly into the foundation, so I can put a passageway instead. Oh. Okay, key. Trunks. I don't have a sledgehammer to use on them, though. Apples are more. Diamonds. More four-way rooms. Good. Dining room here? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yay, lots of steps. I think we should just go forward for now. No weight room. Okay. Yep, there's dinner. Okay, do not have any re-rolls, so this is really risky. There's the chapel. Good. Okay. Okay, you don't have any money to buy anything, so let's get the key. I want to use the key in the rainbow key in the vestibule if I can, because it'll make me make a hallway, which gives me a chance of making like a foyer or a great hall. Nope. I don't think we'll bother with the aquarium yet. Well, it could have items in it, so we're gonna bother. Oh, not this time, okay. No, you gotta be some coins. Sometimes it has items. There's a regular key on this one. I don't really know what the, Sure. Turn the gym off. And then do we have a security anywhere? Okay, we'll turn the card system off just in case we make a security at some point. Okay, let's see if we can pick it. No, and then we use the prism key to try to make it into a hallway. Okay, there's the foyer. We're going to block out the front of the antechamber. But I think it's probably worth it because it's going to make the Great Hall, if I make it, not need any keys. And there's the Great Hall. Completely unlocked Great Hall. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna draft this one in case I can draft a guest bedroom. And I cannot. So I'm just gonna put the gym, which is turned off, and then just not waste any steps at all. Nope. I want to go to the passageway. Okay, I want to turn left in the passageway. It was possible the gym would have had running shoes in it. I don't want to take the risk of it not. this. Okay, 21 steps. Let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'd take 9 to get to the entrance hall. 10 to get outside. So I have 11 left. Let's see. Say getting back into the entrance hall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so things get real risky and tight. So let's go to the dining room now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to dining room, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I have to open the doors in that room. It doesn't... It's like teasing like it's sometimes changing which are locked and which are not, but it doesn't. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Oh, okay, so I have the aquarium. Wait, no, do I? Whatever, I don't... Doesn't matter if I do or not. Did I put a hallway instead? What did I put? Oh, I did put the aquarium. Okay. So now you have a lot of steps. So I might be able to pull this off. Okay, don't waste steps going that way. Go into the billiard room, right? Okay, so I turned this on. Oh, this was sheltered, or... No, I turned it on in the utility closet. That's what I did. Okay. Is there an item in here, then? There's almost always an item in the dark room. Ah, yeah, there it is. There's a lever handle. It's useless now, because I've blocked the front entrance to the antechamber, the south entrance, so... But, goes to show... Just demonstrating again, there's almost always an item in the dark room. Actually, I've never not found an item in the dark room when it's lit. So yeah, every single time. Okay, use the key. Okay, did it remember my gear position? So I presume you can go through here if you've made a tomb. We have not. We have a tool shed. No, it's lowered. Ew. It's the same rotation, but it's not raised. I don't think it's solvable then in this configuration. Oh. Well, this works too. Weird how it's solved differently. Are you serious? Okay, you can open it. What if that was locked? That was... The game's messing with me. That was a crazy tease there. Why are there doors? Okay, well that opened. And behind it is the room 46 door. So then what are these doors? Figure it out later. For now, what's important is try to get all the way over, get there, which we may not be able to. We'll see. See how we can rotate the thing. Of spins. You can only turn it clockwise, apparently. Okay. Now, before we leave, I'm pulling this minecart back and blocking my way through, but what this will do is allow me to get back in there from the foundation, which would be more convenient. I have a shovel. Okay, I'll try one more time when I get to the foundation to try to see if I can dig something in the foundation of use. Or dig something in the basement of use. 28 steps. Okay, how many locks do I have? 2? Okay, 2 keys, that's enough keys. I should do these. Because one of them is at least gonna give me more keys back. They both replaced their keys. The silver key is a legit key. So I drill all the way forward, right? Yeah, drill all the way forward till I get to the Great Hall. I turn. Okay. And I'll go down this. I can't turn this on this time because I do not have a key card. Hopefully that does not mess me up in some way. Okay. Then we slip through this crack right here. Check one more time because I have the shovel. So the map said it was on the corner of, it was like right here on the corner, right? Oh! I got it! Well, no, I don't like it. But I feel like I'm wasting my reward. Whenever you enter the stream, you'll lose 1 random inventory item and get 2 more. Okay, well, I'll do it because I want to showcase that I've done the things. You see. Okay, found it. Unfortunately, it was not the secret garden. It was some other nonsense room. Okay, do I need a key or something? No?
There was once a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves, and he never saw the sights of life's many symphonies. He couldn't see beyond the red shade he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. But one day the prince saw something new. And if you look closely, you might see it too. The skies parted and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. The color blue.
Okay. I'm going to play a little bit into this and see what changes once you've inherited, and then I'll like summarize what went down here. The next day, it's not day 102. No, it's just the next day. It stopped counting. Oops, that was my phone. That was Duolingo. Okay, inheritance trophy. Trophies earned will be permanently added to the trophy room. Okay. Okay, no items. Yeah, it's time to refill the fountain and drain the reservoir, I think, and see what lies beneath that. Well, that's now unlocked a thing, okay. So, what shop am I missing then? Huh. We didn't actually get to go into room 46 though. That's the fun. We didn't see what was in the room. We just opened the door. How do you get in the room? I guess that's why you play again, don't you? Okay. Missing I-19 and 8. 8, of course, might have something to do with the 8 key. Okay. Full house. I guess he gets to tell you all the trophies now. Full house trophy. Draft a room in each open slot of the house. Explorer's trophy. Complete the Mount Holly directory. We need the 8 room and the 19 room to do that, right? And that one storeroom I haven't got yet. Bullseye, solve 40 dartboard problems. Logical trophy, win 40 parlor games. Trophy of invention, create all 8 workshop contraptions. Trophy of drafting, win the drafting strategy sweepstakes. I don't know what that is. Trophy of sigils, unlock all 8 realm sigils. Don't know what that means. Trophy 8, solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. Okay, so room 8 only spawns on rank 8? That's interesting. Darebird trophy, reach room 46 in dare mode. Inheritance trophy, reach room 46. Curse trophy, reach room 46 in curse mode. Day run trophy, reach room 46 in 1 day. Well, I don't know how you would... You'd have to hit new game or something, wouldn't you? How do I know that new game won't wipe out my trophies? My inventory and stuff. Trophy of wealth, buy out the entire showroom. A diploma trophy, ace the classroom final exam. Okay, so it does suggest in a classroom. Trophy of trophies, complete the trophy case. That's it. Oh. What can you buy here? Okay, for 110 Swimbird plushie. Terigi blocks. Swim trunks. Huh? Okay. Lunchbox. Per addition to the dining room. When you reach rank 5 with lunchbox, gain half of your diner steps. Okay. Okay, here's where it starts. Okay, do not have any more gems, so I have to do the billiard room. 9 minus 5 is 4, so its digits is 40. Multiply by 3, I get 12. Divide by 3, I get... Wait. What? Let's multiply. Okay. 9 times 5 is 45. Switch the digits, it's 54. Subtract 3, it's 51. Divide by 3, and you get 17. That's better. Okay. 3 times 7 is 21. Minus 5 is 16. Switch the digits, you get 61. Minus 10 is 51. Switch the digits, and you get 15. Okay. 1 plus 18 is 19. Switch the digits, you get 91. Round to the tens place, you get 90. Add 1, you get 91. Switch the digits, you get 19. Round to the tens place, you get 20. Good. Oh, there's keys instead of gems. You're about to be shut off aside from the dark room. And I'll take that shutting off. I'll do that to myself. This is like, do I make a security or not? Turn the gem off. Turn the dark room back on. Good. On. Depends on if I get a key card. My utility box is really out of the way though, so if that backfires, I'll be in trouble. We're just banking on getting the key card this time for some reason. Let me safer to make a security. I'm just trying to save my gems for other things. So this should turn the dark room on, right? Yep. So now I have my item, although this time it's just an ordinary key. I got cooked. You go. Well, that went horrible. I find it odd that we still have to, like, sleep in a tent outside and stuff. When we've already inherited the thing. We'll have to follow these rules. Okay, day 103. Days are counting up. So anyway, that went just really poorly. Okay, let's assume this is all true, okay? So a box is more than one false statement is empty. That's not very descriptive, but we'll assume it's true. The black box is empty, we'll assume that's true. And a box with no true statements is empty. Let's assume that's also true. And that could be concurrent with the other things. Okay, so then let's look at this. A box with only true statements is empty. Well, if we dictate... okay, they could still both all be true, theoretically, because you could have, like, 2 complete falses and then 1 all true. No... You could have, like, no, you could have, like, a 1 false. Yeah. The black box is empty. Okay. A box with a statement that is also on another box is empty. Okay. So then that would be a box with a true statement is empty. A box with a false statement is empty. The white box is empty. I have a feeling the white's the answer, but again, I'm just guessing, because I don't really care for some reason. And I never guess right. Every time I guess, it's wrong. I have 1 out of 3 chance, but effectively, it's like I have 0 chance. Turn off, and then we'll turn it on afterwards. On. Do 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 So I'm so low rank, I'll use my key. Get a whole bunch of money. Okay, finally make me be sheltered from a chapel. Okay, fine. I have a waste of a shelter. No shovel. Yeah, because it's an end, I should leave it unusual. Make it standard. No, it's a hallway. Make it East Wing Hall. Make it commonplace. Confirm. Oh, I wasted the shelter on the gym. I turned it off in the electrical room, but then it also sheltered and used the shelter. It's kind of obnoxious. I'm gonna put this. Yep, pool. Okay, now we'll try to put the pump room. Kind of wasted door, but at least it has more doors. Sledgehammer. No shovel, though. I don't like this draw. Okay. 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay. Minus 10. Okay, minus 15/3 is 5 squared is 25. Minus 20 is 5 squared is 25. Divided by 5 is 5. Oh, keycard, good. Good they didn't turn the system off. I believe I didn't. Oh, right, I'm gonna start needing keys. Should go back to the pool, but I'm not going back to the pool. I'm gonna end up key stifled here. Yep, dark room. This is my third shelter, correct? But I have it turned off in the stinking... closet. Oh my goodness. Shucks, I have no gems. Money at least. Okay. We're gonna have to use a whole bunch of steps running back. Stinking utility closet. This won't help me because it doesn't help me until I get to rank 8. Or rank, yeah. Turning on the dark... Whoops. Turn the dark room on. So always turn the dark room on. Now I know if you have sheltering going on. No, you do want to go... Shucks. Do want to go this way. Okay, so the gift shop. What costs what? Okay, we can buy the permanent edition. Oh, we... Did I, like... Maybe the, maybe I got saved by the... running shoes. Okay. I feel like I have no gems. Where's the item in the dark room? Oh, here it is. The battery pack. That's it. Okay. Can I see if anything changes on the main menu for me? Oh! So you get to... like, do multiple different... Okay, so let's see if I make a new slot, what happens. Can I, like, select a different mode? Okay, I'm holding right click to skip. Is there a way to change the mode of this or anything? No. Okay. Okay, so this is the default fountain height, so you can overflow the fountain if you want. Okay, well... I'm going to quit out of this. This is going to be a weird save I have of, like, a nothing burger. Okay, so you have multiple game slots you can use. Okay. Sweet. But we can clear this one. Yes. Cool. Okay, so basically, it took me way longer, okay, to do this than probably most people took. And the culprit is not actually like it's kind of like this very specific bad happenstance. Where there's three ways to access the antechamber. One is you find the broken lever in some room. Places where it likes to spawn are the dark room, where you've turned it back on in the electrical box, or if you're shielded from it using the shelter. Or another place it likes to spawn is the workshop. But you get that. You also manage to draft a greenhouse, which is a very rare room, and only drafts on the edges, and so the far right, west, or east wings, and only if you go at it not pointing towards the wing, but like along the wing. And of course, that would be either direction. You get that rare room. With that room, with the broken lever handle, allows you to open the south or front door of the antechamber. In the room in the Great Hall, which is another relatively rare room, but not too bad, you can find within the Great Hall, it requires some keys, a lever that's already intact. So all you just need is the room and some keys that will open the east or right side. There's a lever that opens the left side in the room, which got spoiled for me, as I said at the beginning of this, to be... Well, it wasn't spoiled, it was a secret garden. What was spoiled is that the secret garden was a room. That was what was spoiled. I already knew that the lever was in the secret garden, because the game told me it. I still don't know, to this day, even after finishing this and spending 103 days or 102 days doing it, how exactly you add a secret garden to your draft pool. It probably has something to do with the secret garden key, but I don't know how it works. You get the left or west door. The easier of the two I know of, getting the east or right door, or the south or front door, is by far the east or right door in the Great Hall. And the Great Hall was added to my draft pool tens of days ago. I just try to avoid it because you have to use a lot of keys to advance from it. And keys are a limited resource that oftentimes your run gets ended by you not having enough of. So it's a scary room. So I generally avoided making a Great Hall. And I used the keys in it minimally because I don't like to gamble, right? So I didn't like to test keys in different places. So I did not discover that the Great Hall had the lever to the east side until very late in the game, like past day 100, I accidentally came across it. But again, the Great Hall was added to my draft pool relatively early on. I just avoided that room and didn't really want to mess with it. And so I likely discovered that the lever for the east door was in the Great Hall very late compared to most people playing the game. And so I got into the antechamber very late compared to most people playing the game. And I kept trying to get into the door to the antechamber open that I knew of earlier, which was the south one or the front one in the greenhouse. It's just that the greenhouse is a much rarer room than the Great Hall, it appears. And you have to have this extra item that's kind of rare-ish called the broken lever handle along with it. And the pieces would just not come together. After tens and tens of tries, after knowing about this way of getting into the antechamber, it never came to fruition. It eventually did, but on the same run, I also got it from the Great Hall at the same time or something. And so, but once I figure out the Great Hall way of doing it, I was doing it every other or every third-ish try. It's just way easier that way. And so, yeah, now I know the easy way. But I didn't, and that's why it took me so long. Once I managed to get the basement key in the antechamber, it only took a few more tries. I forgot how many, maybe less than 10, I know. For me to get into room 46. That just broke the ice and opened it all up for me. It was relatively simple for me to do the remaining stuff. It was just trying keys in the Great Hall that was holding me back. So now I finally solved this, but there's still a whole lot more mysteries of this that I still haven't figured out. One, of course, is the secret garden itself. I don't know how to draft a secret garden. I managed to get into room 46 without it. But I don't know. There's also the final exam. I haven't done that. Which the game had told me about now specifically. It was a spoiler before, but now the game has told me about it in the lobby, so now I know about it from the game, so it's not a spoiler for me anymore. I still haven't figured out how to access the Apple Orchard place. I still don't know how exactly to light all 4 blue flames, and if I were to light all 4 blue flames, what it would do. I still haven't drained the reservoir from the pump room, or drained as much as possible, and so I don't know what I'll find out in there if I do. I also haven't powered the pump room with the boiler, and so I don't know what exactly it pumps out if you do that. I haven't completely filled the fountain technically, so I don't know what happens when you do that. I think its default state is slightly less than full. There's apparently something called Dare mode, which I don't know how to access, but apparently it's accessible. There's apparently Curse mode, which I do not know how to access, but apparently it's accessible. There's stuff that you can do with certain rooms that I obviously have not figured out how to do, like there's stuff you can do with the freezer that I haven't experienced. There's codes I don't know where to use them. For example, in the laboratory, there's something that's either push 3 in pattern 9 or push 3 in P after 1, or no, P after 9, something like that. So I don't know how that works. I have the safe code, it's 9083, but every safe I've tried it in has not worked. There's something called the vault key, which is a key you can get sometimes, and you would presume it would use in the room vault. But I've never had the vault key and then also drafted a vault at the same time, and therefore do not know what the vault key does. There's also weird, hints all over the place, like the unused pairings. The rocks with letters chiseled on them in the laboratory. I don't know how to get room 8 to be drafted. I haven't solved that. Neither do I know what is in room 8. There's so much stuff And so there's so much more stuff to solve. But at least I've like completed the main objective, the main quest, as you could say, of reaching room 46, even though it took me way longer than it should have. And now what's only left to do is to do side quests. Yay. Okay, I'll try to like edit all these audios and upload them. And then it'll be a lot of footage. I'll get it all done and uploaded someday.